Apostle Pope, it's the Flavor King, guys, and again, we're back on our Thanksgiving installation, man. We're showing you how to make yellow rice today. So what you want to do, guys, you want to get you a cup of yellow rice and maybe 2 1/4 cups of water. Y'all ready to cook? Let's cook. Here are our ingredients. We have 2 1/4 cup of water, 1 cup of rice, yellow rice. We'll add about a tablespoon of olive oil and maybe 1 tablespoon of butter. Okay, so what we want to do is get our water to boiling. So we have 2 1/4 cup of water in our pot. We're going to bring that to a boil. Then we'll add our rice, butter, and oil. Then we'll bring that up to a boil again, cut the rice on low, and let it steam for about 30 minutes. You have yellow, fluffy rice, not gummy. In there, in water now, we have our butter and olive oil. All right, now we're adding our cup of rice. We'll stir that in. Stir that in. We'll let it come to a boil again. And then we'll turn it down. We'll cover it. We'll turn it on low heat and let it simmer for about 30 minutes. Rice boiling. Now we're going to turn it down to low. Cover. We should be ready in 30 minutes. Okay, guys, it's been 30 minutes. We're back at the rice. Look at that beauty. Fluffy rice. Not gummy. Nice fluffy rice. There you want to go. There you go. So look, what you also want to do, guys, is resist the urge to take that lid off. That steam is what cooks your rice and make it fluffy. So just let that rice cook on low. It's done right now. It's ready. Okay, guys, we got our frozen butter beans in our pot. We got it on a medium-high heat right now. So what we have is the water just above the beans, maybe about an inch and a half above the frozen beans. And we're gonna bring that to a boil. Then I'll add in our turkey butts and turkey necks. I pressure cooked those, so I'm gonna bring some of that flavor over here and put it in these beans. And we're gonna have another pot. So we're gonna bring that to a boil, and we're gonna reduce that to a simmer, and we're gonna cover it up for about 25-30 minutes. Okay, guys, our beans have come to a boil. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add in our some broth from our turkey necks and turkey butts. Okay. Now I'm gonna let that come back to a boil. Turn the heat down on a low and let those cook down for about 30 minutes. Okay, guys, the beans are just about done. I just added a teaspoon of pepper and a teaspoon of salt, and then you do it to taste however you like it. Y'all know what time it is. All right, guys, so we're back. Now we had our greens soaking for a while, about 30 minutes. Now I'm gonna just do a little clean on them, okay? So when that meat is done in that pressure cooker, these greens will be all prepped up and ready to go in. Y'all see I got my glove on. I wasn't paying attention and cut my finger a little bit. So, got my glove on. That don't stop the show. It's not even that much. It looked like a lot uncooked, but once it's cooked, it's gonna wilt down. It's not gonna be that much. You see, these things said that they were pre-washed already, but look how green that water is. I never trust what these manufacturers say. I always wash my stuff. All that. We want that water to be pretty clear, pretty clean when you scrub them, so. These guys said these greens was washed 3 times. I doubt it. I doubt it. All right, guys, so now that water is clean. I washed these greens 3 times. That's 6 times because the manufacturer said they did it 3 times. So yeah, I did this 3 times and now that water's clean. That's how you should look. Now I'll be comfortable eating these greens. Hey, we're getting ready to make these collard greens. Now look, these are ingredients. We got a little bit of apple cider vinegar that we put inside the collard greens to cut down that acidity. We're gonna cook it in some chicken broth, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, Creole seasoning. We're gonna saute this bacon, onions, and garlic. All right, guys, so we got our bacon in there. We're gonna let that saute for about 2 or 3 minutes. Then we'll add our onions and then we'll add our garlic. So as you see, I don't have Instapot, but I got a caloric. Got it on saute and on normal. And then we're gonna let those things saute down. Gonna give good flavor to our collard greens. Okay, we just added the onions in. We added the garlic in there. We're gonna let that saute for about a minute. Make sure don't burn the garlic. Okay guys, so now I've put 4 cups of chicken stock into our pressure cooker. I'm gonna pressure cook our turkey necks and turkey butt separately. Gonna make a nice broth with that for those greens to cook in. So I'm gonna cook those for about 30 minutes in the pressure cooker. We got our turkey necks and turkey butts in the Instapot, and we're about to pressure cook those for 30 minutes on high. We're about to pressure cook those on high. Lock it in. Okay guys, look, so you saw the process for putting the turkey butts and necks in our pressure cooker so that we can get those smoked meats nice and tender, and then we'll add the greens in there and we're gonna have a good pot. I promise you. Look, so look, it's some little steps. Make sure you hit that sealing valve so your pressure cooker can get the pressure inside. Now listen, even though I said 30 minutes, I put it on 33 minutes, it's gonna take about 15 minutes for that pressure to build up in the pot. And then once that builds up, it's gonna kick on and it's gonna cook those meats and greens or whatever else you put in it. Okay guys, it's been 15 minutes. As you can see now, the pressure inside of the cooker is built up and now the cooking process has started. So we have 39 minutes. Use this time to start prepping for any other stuff that you might be doing. And guys, look, when we come back and those meats are done, I'm gonna show you how to properly release that valve right there. So you don't burn yourself from that steam and all of that. So yeah, we'll be back. Okay guys, we got about 2 minutes on that on them turkey butts and necks. I think I'm gonna stop it early. Right now we have a teaspoon of everything. We got a teaspoon of Creole seasoning, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and some chicken bouillon. And I just got I got a dash of red pepper flakes. I don't want that heat. I don't want no smoke. And then we got our onion, garlic, and bacon mix that we're gonna put back in there. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this. I think they've been in there long enough. Okay, we're gonna cut it off. Now what you wanna do, you see I have my towel. I'm gonna put that over the vent and then I'm gonna open it up. And what it's gonna do is reduce the steam that comes from the vent. So you just put it on there. And you see right there? You're gonna have that blowing up in your face. So now that's gonna release for about 35, 40 seconds. And then our top will pop up and let us know we're good to open. All right, guys, those turkey butts, turkey necks are done. They're feeling good. They're feeling nice and tender. Okay, there we go. We got that done. Got a nice broth in there. That's on point. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put our greens into the pressure cooker. That's about 2 cups of broth in there. About halfway in, push it down. Now go ahead and put our bacon and garlic and onion mixture. I'll go ahead and add our seasoning. I'll go ahead and put this back in the cooker. Now again, guys, we're gonna have to rebuild the pressure to cook these, but we'll be done with these in about 50 minutes. We're gonna lock and load. We're locked in. Close our vent. Okay, guys, I just took the lid off of the collard greens. It smells amazing. Now I just gotta taste it, make sure the season's right, add if you need to.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
This week, friends, I want you to think about all those things that you are thankful for.
We're gonna slice up our onion. And if a mandolin, it really helps the process with those thinly cut slices. Look at that. We already got it done. So those are onions. We won't use all of those, but it just goes so fast. And then we'll slice up our celery. We're gonna sprinkle these over the top with the onions and the butter. That butter is gonna give it a nice, smooth, savory taste, and definitely give it a lot of body. All right, so we're getting ready to rinse off our turkey wings. We're gonna dry them off, and we'll be back to show you the seasoning. All right, guys, so now we're gonna put a little olive oil on our turkey wings, and we're gonna use our seasonings to get this right, okay? So I'm gonna put a little drizzle. And what that's basically gonna do is just make sure you get the seasonings to spread over your turkey wings, okay? A lot of people say, you know, like the measuring amounts. Like with the herbs and stuff like that, I don't measure them out because they don't have a lot of salt content in them, or they don't have any salt content in them. So you can add as much of that as you like. But I do pay attention to our salt and salt intake. So right here, it's a little poultry seasoning. Got our garlic seasoning, a garlic powder. And, you know, you just want to make sure you cover up all of the wings with all of your seasonings. And then we'll wipe the seasoning all around. Onion powder. And slippery from the oil. We got some complete seasoning. Lightly. Black pepper. I'm gonna use a little bit of chicken bouillon. Just a little. We have some in our water also. And a little paprika. Just for a little color. All right, so once you got it in, you just go ahead and make sure you get all of that seasoning all over the turkey wing. So we only have 4 turkey wings. So this should, and the tips. Y'all like the tips? I love these tips. And so yeah, we got 5 flats. People like the flats more than the drums anyway. I got the flats, I got the drums in the freezer. I'll use those at a later time. And now, we'll put our slats of butter. Melt it now on each turkey. Put our celery. And our onions. And just like that, guys, look, you've prepped that meal and it's ready. Like the prep time is what takes the most. So make sure you kind of, if you can, pre-cut your onions or bell peppers or any of that, what you have, pre-cut it. And it helps the process. Now, once we got everything in the pan, well, like I said, right here we have our little water and chicken bouillon mix, and we just pour that in the corners of the dish. You don't need a lot because the turkey is gonna make its own gravy, and so now we'll cover that up with foil. We're gonna let these cook. We're gonna let these cook until we stick a fork in it and it's fork tender. So we're talking about maybe an hour and a half, okay? We're gonna put these in the oven on 375. All right, guys, here we go. Turkey wings are out of the oven. Turn it to the side. Pan hot. Okay, guys, they're out. I took the foil off and let them cook uncovered for about 15 to 20 minutes so they can brown a little. But yes, they're done. And remember we talked about that fork test. You see how that fork slide right in between that meat? Oh yeah, that's ready. Right here, you got good eats now. This is soup. Hey guys, listen. You're gonna be the star of the Thanksgiving dinner this year when you whip that out right there. Your baked turkey. Hey guys, here we are. Ingredients for our sweet potato pie. 3/4 cup of carnation milk, 2 sticks of butter, 2 eggs, 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and our pie crust. We're gonna put these in the oven and let them bake for like 10 minutes on 350. Potatoes are out of the oven, still kind of hot. So what I'll do now is I'll cut down the center with my knife, and we're gonna scoop all of the pulp from the center of our potatoes. I like to roast my potatoes. I think it keep all that natural flavor in there, all that goodness, and you get that into the pie. So, yeah, these are still kind of hot. So, I'm trying not to have to melt my butter and let the hot pulp melt it. So, what I'll go ahead and do is put these 2 sticks of butter into my mixing bowl. Now you can also let these cool all the way down and then melt the butter and pour it in, but I do it this way because I'm extra. And it's hot. Get that butter melted. Okay guys, we're gonna start our mixer off on a low speed. We have our 2 sticks of butter and our potato pulp in there. Okay, we're gonna add in we added in our carnation milk. We're adding in our sugar. And now we're gonna let that mix so we get all the lumps out. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna add my 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And then we're gonna do our taste test. I like to do a taste test before I put the egg mixture in there. I don't really wanna feel like I'm eating raw egg. So what I'll do is taste my batter first. If I need to add more sugar or more vanilla or more carnation milk, I'll do that. As you guys probably saw, I didn't use the whole 3/4 cup because I guess the potatoes were smaller than I estimated, and so I didn't want to make the mixture too runny. So I eyeballed that and see it. But if you're going to use that recipe, it calls for 4 to 5 large potatoes. I'll do my taste test. That's perfect right there. So I'll go ahead and add the egg mixture in, or the eggs. Put 2 eggs in there as a binder, and then we'll continue to bind that. Now here's a pro tip though, here's a pro tip. If once you got it all mixed up, make sure you remove the paddle and don't scrape the paddle down. The paddle will have all of the strings from that potato on it. You ever had those sweet potato pies and they had those strings on it? It's because they either wiped down the paddle and they left everything in the bowl. Nobody wants strings in their sweet potato pie. All right. Okay guys, so look, our mixture is done. So we're gonna pour maybe about a cup in each pie crust. As you can see, I baked those pie crusts for about 10 minutes on 350. So we'll pour the remainder in there equally. Okay, so that's what we got right now. You see, we got our pie crusts all filled in, and we get ready to put them in the oven. Like I said, we're gonna put them in there for about 45 to 50 minutes until they get solid, and then we'll take them out and let them cool down for about an hour.